Women's gymnastics. It's the Southeastern Conference's newest national powerhouse. Gymnasts from all parts of this country and other countries, such as Brazil, West Germany, England, and Canada, come to the SEC to compete. The strength of a conference can be measured by the level of competition within the conference. There isn't another conference that can match the SEC top to bottom. All 6 teams are highly respected. Kendall Lucas of Kentucky and Lisa Grieco of Auburn led their teams to continued improvement. As a freshman, Lisa finished 4th in the all-around at the SEC tournament. The top 4 teams, Alabama, Georgia, Florida, and LSU, were ranked in the top 10 nationally all season. Georgia and Alabama, who were ranked in the top 5 all year, were both defeated by LSU during the regular season. The level of excellence by SEC gymnasts was on display at the 1987 SEC Championship held at the University of Georgia. While SEC gymnasts are members of a team, individual honors are also at stake. The defending SEC champion in the vault is Alabama's Julie Eston. The squad's only senior is a 3-time All-American. The Lady Bulldogs of Georgia flexed their muscles early as they placed 2 gymnasts in the vault. Competition was so even in this tournament that this was the only event where there was not a tie for second. A new SEC champion was crowned on the vault, and freshman Corinne Wright has the talent to hold on to that title for the next 3 years. She led her team to the top of the team standings after 1 rotation. The large crowd at the University of Georgia had a lot to cheer about early in the meet. The Southeastern Conference boasts the national champion on the uneven parallel bars. Lucy Weiner, Georgia's talented sophomore, has been sensational on the bars since 1980, when she was the Class I National Bars champion. In 1983, she earned a gold medal in this event in the Pan Am Games. Lucy went on to compete as a national team member in events in France and China, and was a member of the 1984 U.S. Olympic team. After missing 6 weeks of action this year with a badly sprained ankle, the Tennessee native showed some courage to come back and participate in this meet. Her efforts earned her a tie for second, only 5/100ths of a point behind the winner. Sharing second place honors with Weiner was last year's SEC champ on the bars, Julie Eston. Alabama's top lady led a team of 1 senior, 3 juniors, and the remaining 9 gymnasts, freshmen and sophomores, to a #1 ranking in the Central Region. Julie has finished in the top 4 in the all-around competition in the last 3 SEC tournaments. She has also earned academic All-SEC honors the past 2 years. Julie was named the SEC Female Scholar of the Year and received an NCAA postgraduate scholarship thanks to her 3.92 grade point average in mathematics. Senior Terry Eckert has been with Georgia coach Suzanne Jockelin since she was a junior gymnast in Pennsylvania. Eckert has enjoyed enormous success since joining the Lady Dogs. In her very first meet, she won the all-around title and later led her team to a 9th place finish in Georgia's first ever NCAA meet in 1984. Terry didn't do too bad for herself either. She finished 10th in the all-around. In 1985, Terry earned All-American honors on the beam and the bars. By the nature of the event, the balance beam can make or break a team. The Lady Dogs, however, remained steadfast as Georgia placed 3 of the top 4 performers in this event. Eckert also continued her steady performance at the SEC tournament with an outstanding routine on the beam, probably her best event. Like Alabama's Julie Eston, Terry competed in the World University Games. She also has earned several academic honors, including first-team academic All-SEC and the Scholar Athlete Award. Other outstanding routines on the balance beam were turned in by Patty Kekeffer of LSU, Amy Byspiel of Florida, and former Canadian Olympian Andrea Thomas of Georgia. Alabama's Kathy Bilodeau placed 2nd on the beam with a score of 9.55. One of the leaders on this Georgia team is Captain Julie Click, the 1986 Southeastern Conference all-around champion. Julie is a consistent all-around gymnast. She placed 5th on the bars, 1st on the beam, and in a 3-way tie for 2nd on the floor exercise in this tournament. The 5'1" junior from Longwood, Florida, is an exercise and sports science major, and she was an All-American on the beam in 1986. Her steady and creative performance on this routine earned her first place in this event. Going into this tournament, the gymnast and the coaches knew competition would be fierce. The level of competition on the floor exercise was so fierce that there was a three-way tie for second and another three-way logjam at the next position. Naturally, the Georgia gymnasts were strong as they took the top 4 spots. Gina Benyalis is a 5'3" junior from State College, Pennsylvania. She's another one of Coach Yakelin's pupils from the Nittany Gymnastics School. She was an All-American selection on the bars in 1986. Another academic All-SEC gymnast is Michelle Sessions. The junior from Maryland made strong contributions to the team all year, especially on the uneven bars and the floor exercise. Julie Click again displayed her talents on the floor exercise with some original moves. In 1986 at the Nationals, the Florida native finished 12th in the all-around. All year long, the Georgia team never lacked for people to step in and place high in every event. The team scored a 191.55 in the Bulldog Invitation, establishing a new team record. Freshman Corinne Wright came to Georgia from Mount Vernon, New York with high expectations. The 1985 and 1986 national team member did not have to wait long to make her mark in the Southeastern Conference. As an all-around gymnast, Corinne was near the top all season. She also was near the top all season on the floor exercise and won the title outright at the SEC tournament. Auburn's Lisa Grieco, Melissa Miller of Florida, and Georgia's Paula Mayhew all tied for 5th. The final results in the all-around showed an ongoing war between two of the SEC's top gymnasts. Seniors Julie Eston and Terry Eckert went head-to-head for 4 years, the last battle being the 1987 SEC tournament. It was Georgia's day, and Georgia's Terry Eckert was able to hold off her fiercest rival and become the 1987 all-around and all-SEC champion. The University of Georgia Lady Dogs were crowned the 1987 SEC champions as they defended the title they won for the first time last year. Georgia coach Suzanne Yakelin was named 1987 Southeastern Conference Coach of the Year. The SEC tournament reinforced the idea that there is great gymnastics competition in the Southeast. When our gymnasts went to Salt Lake City, Utah to compete in the NCAA finals, they showed everyone that some of the best gymnasts in the country come from the SEC. In the individual events, SEC gymnasts were exceptional. Alabama placed a gymnast in the top 5 of every event except the vault. The Tide's Marie Robbins had a great tournament. She placed 5th on the bars and 3rd on the floor exercise. Julie Eston took 7th on the floor, while Sherry Way was 9th. The entire Alabama team was outstanding in Utah and brought home the 4th place trophy. Georgia came into Utah highly respected, but not expected to beat traditionally strong Utah or UCLA. Every member of the Georgia team contributed to the national championship. In each event, a different gymnast came through. As we saw earlier, Lucy Weiner is an expert on the bars. In 1986, she was the first freshman to become a national champion when she placed 1st on the uneven bars. Lucy was able to defend her bars title at this tournament. It could be said that Georgia won the title because of their steadiness on the beam. Freshman Andrea Thomas was 3rd. She is one of Georgia's former Olympians. In 1984, she competed for the Canadian team and finished 14th in the all-around. SEC gymnasts took 5 of the top 9 spots in the floor exercise, powered by Corinne Wright's 2nd place showing. After 4 events, the team standings were very close, and Coach Jockelin brought back the good news from the scorers table. The University of Georgia Lady Dogs were the 1987 NCAA Women's Gymnastics champions. Now, when excellence in women's collegiate gymnastics is discussed, the University of Georgia and the SEC has to be mentioned right there with UCLA and Utah. Since the inception of gymnastics in the Southeastern Conference, there's been a steady march towards national prominence, and in 1987, an SEC team reached the ultimate goal, the #1 team in the country. In 1987, the Southeastern Conference enjoyed a tremendous amount of success. The legacy left behind by the first SEC gymnast has inspired the SEC gymnasts of today. All of them leave a challenge to the SEC gymnast of the future to keep the tradition of the best conference in women's gymnastics in the SEC.